Hey, what's up, YouTube? I'm Vin, and welcome to the first episode of The Commerce of Comics. I've been watching comic haul videos for a while now and thought that I would get in on the action. And who knows, maybe we'll learn something new or interesting along the way. I'll be talking about the recent comics that I've purchased, why I've purchased them, and why you might also want to consider purchasing them too if you're a collector like me. In future episodes, God willing, I'll have some of my friends come by and talk about their collections and offer you some insight as well. So, let's get started. First up, we have the third printing variant cover of Captain Marvel number 8. Now, this book came out last year in September 2019. It was illustrated by Carmen Nunez Canero. And the thing to especially note about this book is that the third printing only had 3,179 copies ordered by retailers. So it was a limited run, and it's been really popular lately. It's up 163% copies sold the last couple weeks versus the prior couple weeks before that. As you probably know, this was the first appearance of Star, who was the embodiment of the Reality Stone as recently featured in movies. So with the popularity of Captain Marvel, with the second movie coming out and probably turning into a trilogy like most other Marvel characters, it's very possible that we could see Star coming into the MCU at some point in time. This book originally sold for $3.99, and I was actually able to find it at a local comic shop for just a couple bucks higher than that. But more recently, it is selling in excess of $50 in near mint condition. So my advice would be to get it if it's still available, given the limited run. Next up, we have issue 19 of The Boys, and this was shortly after the series went from Wildstorm over to Dynamite. I believe issue 7 was the first one with Dynamite, and so this was in the Dynamite run. This was originally published in June of 2008, and the reason this book is recently blowing up is because it's the first appearance of Lamplighter, who was recently featured in season 2 of The Boys on Prime Video, played by Shawn Ashmore. Keeping with the Boys theme, the third book I want to talk about that I grabbed last week was HEROGASM number 1. Now, this is kind of an offshoot of The Boys. This was originally published in May 2009, and the reason this book has become popular recently is because back in August they confirmed that Jensen Ackles from Supernatural is going to be playing Soldier Boy in season 3 of The Boys, which starts filming early next year. And this also is the first appearance of the second Crimson Countess, which, as of this month, rumors are circulating that she will be cast for season 3 as well. So this book currently is up 144% in copies sold compared to recent weeks, and would definitely get a copy of this if you can. I was able to find this book at a local store for cover price, but it is definitely selling for higher than that on eBay. Next up, we have Scream Curse of Carnage number 2. And now this book featured the first cover appearance and origin of a symbiote dragon named Big Mother. And this book came out in December 2019. And the special thing about this particular variant is that it's a 1 in 25 incentive cover by Greg Land. This immediately follows the events of the Absolute Carnage story by Donny Cates and Ryan Stegman, and like other things related to Venom and other symbiotes, it's totally blowing up right now, with everything with Null and Virus and Venom 2 coming out soon. So this is just a really hot book. I was able to find it at a local store for about double cover price, which would be about $8, but it is trending on Key Collector and on eBay selling for higher than that. So if you can get your hands on it, then it's another one I would recommend to grab now. Our fifth book is Warlock and the Infinity Watch, #1. This is not a terribly popular book, and it's not very expensive. I happened to find it in a dollar bin at a local garage sale a little while ago, and it's on Key Collector because it is a significant issue. I'm following the Infinity War saga back in 1991. This came out in February 1992. It was written by Jim Starlin, who some of you may know had a cameo in the last Avengers movie, Endgame. This book was the first team appearance of the Infinity Watch, and the members consisted of Adam Warlock, Drax the Destroyer, Moondragon, Gamora, Pip the Troll, and Thanos. Now, we've seen Drax the Destroyer, we've seen Gamora in the Guardians movies and everything else. Gamora is now obviously back following the events of Endgame, spoiler alert. But we also have seen a sneak preview of Adam Warlock at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, emerging from the cocoon. So hopefully we'll get to see Adam Warlock in the MCU soon. And each member was given control of one of the Infinity Stones. Not sure if they're going to be doing that given how Endgame ended, but I know that there were at least rumors that Marvel wanted to somehow find a way to get Josh Brolin back involved in the MCU, possibly as Thanos. Maybe it'll just be as Cable, I don't know. But it would be great to see him come back and reprise the role of Thanos, and if they were to do this in a future movie, that would be kind of awesome. Again, this is not a terribly valuable book. It's on Key Collector. I just was able to pick it up for $1, but it's not worth much now. Could be down the road, depending on what they do in the MCU. Our sixth and final book of this episode is Tales of Suspense #60, which was published in December 1964, written by none other than Stan the Man Lee and illustrated by the famous Jack Kirby. Now, this book is very important because it is the second appearance of Hawkeye, portrayed by Jeremy Renner in all of the MCU films. He's been featured in many of the films and is rumored to be having his own Disney Plus series that should come out in late 2021. There were some rumors that this show wouldn't go forward. There was even rumors that Jeremy Renner didn't like the character at the beginning in the first Avengers movie, and there were rumors that he might quit, but obviously that has not panned out. The character is very popular and should be getting his own limited series coming out next year. It might be delayed, we don't know yet. The series is supposed to be casting Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop, which makes her appearance in Young Avengers #1, which I hope to pick up and talk about in a future episode. But for now, this is Tales of Suspense #60, second appearance of Hawkeye, and it's trending right now given the character's prevalence in the MCU and upcoming show. It can run right now as high as around $400 or $500 in near mint condition. I was able to find it at a garage sale in what I would estimate to be a low grade, probably three and a half, if I had to guess. Hoping to get it graded at some point soon. So it's not worth much, but it's still just an awesome and historic issue to own. So that's all for now. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear from you, so please leave me some feedback. And until next time, stay safe and stay nerdy.